What's going on, everybody? Jedi Cosplay here, and welcome to another Marvel Rivals video. And this one, including with the early access I got to Season 1, I'm going to be trying out Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman. I'm just here in the practice range trying them out. Alright, so Reed's main attack is just him stretching his hands out and attacking them. It's a little slow. How far is the range on this? Okay, so the range... Actually, there's a thing over here. Alright, so here's a practice range. It looks like his max is about 13 meters. Yeah. And the more damage you do, it builds up this meter right here at the bottom. It adds 5 for every hit, so you would need to about... Yep. And when you get enough, you get a total of 775 HP, and you get a total of 800 health. So Reed is meant to be a duelist, but his powers are very much Vanguard inspired as well. So, got... Okay, so that's not how that works. Alright, so in the trailer we saw that he had this ability where you take two enemies and slam them together. So it looks like you need to... it needs to be a quick thing. Due to slow... Due to slow, it's not going to work. Especially with, like, an enemy who's constantly moving, like Iron Man. Can you... That pulls towards them. And you can do that a total of 2 times. Big mode again. I think doing more damage keeps it up for a bit longer, but I'm not too sure about that. His max HP is 350. Yeah, so the amount of damage you absorb, you shoot it back. So it looks like for Mr. Fantastics, his ultimate is very similar to Bucky's Winter Soldiers, but the difference, like, because it's a jump and slam attack. The problem is it has a slightly wider radius, but you can't, activate the slam down on your own. Like, you have to jump and be in the area. And you do it a total of 4 times, which, Fantastic Four. So let's switch to Bucky real quick. Yeah, Bucky's area is a little shorter, but he could do it multiple times. And you can choose when to actually slam down. You see what I mean? Basically, his charge, he could do it a lot more. There's a smaller radius, but obviously you have to get him within the threshold. Now let's go to Sue Storm. Does she have any team abilities? She does. She has a team ability with Reed. Invisible Woman grants psionic armor to the rest of the Fantastic Four. Ooh, and a 15% healing bonus? She's gonna be cracked this season. I wonder if the psionic armor stacks with the other members. So, like, when we get Human Torch and the Thing, will that also work?
Cosmic rays didn't make me who I am today. My family did.
Alright, you can... Okay, so you give them a shield. And while you give them the shield, it heals them.
Now I see them.
What? Alright, and pressing B turns you invisible.
What am I? Invisible? Your turn to disappear.
Alright, she has 10 projectiles. So it's very similar to Cloak and Dagger. And Luna Snow, well, it's more similar to Luna Snow than Cloak and Dagger because you actually have to aim. It doesn't have an auto aim. But it kind of reminds me of Moon Knight's projectiles, where it does more than just one bit of damage, but it only affects one person. So what does? Okay, so yeah, it's kind of like Moon Knight. So throwing down this pulls them together. Do I just turn invisible? So what does it do? Okay, so psionic physics manipulates psionic energy to push or pull enemies in front of you. Alright, so that pulled, so I think... Oh, hold on. Yeah, and she has a double jump as well. So it looks like she turns invisible when she's nearby enemies until she takes damage. So... yeah, that's a pull, and the other one is a push. So, now let's use her ultimate, which, if I saw in the trailer, it's like... it does healing damage, and obviously makes people invisible, so... you can see them, but you can't see... yeah, if you're on the other side of that, you can't see anything. Projectiles can still go through it, but everything is just invisible. So an Iron Man could still use the maximum pulse ability, but you wouldn't be able to see them. Or vice versa. Your teammate could use their ultimate, but they could still get hit if it's a well-placed shot. Okay, so what's the max range? 30 meters. Well, yep, 30 meters is her max for her ability. What does left trigger do? Oh yeah, that's the thing, that shield.
Your turn to disappear.
Enter a visible state for some time after disengaging from combat and grant yourself healing over time. Okay, so you can run away from a fight and heal, and you won't be able to be seen. That makes sense. Okay, so they could still walk out of it, but it just does damage.
Never even saw me coming.
Okay. Let's see. What other team-ups are there this season? I've got that. All of them are pretty much the same, looks like. Yeah, all of the team-ups are the same from last season, save for this one with Invisible Woman and Mr. Fantastic. Okay, so yeah, that is Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman in Marvel Rivals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.